You have 7 years. Miss this window, and your first million never happens. No debt, no luck, no inheritance. Just one plan. And one moment where 97% of people silently quit. If you don't understand that moment, you're already out. Let me ask you something. Who taught you about money? Your school? They taught you to get a job? Your parents? They taught you to save. The internet? It's trying to sell you crypto. Every single one of them handed you a script. A broke script. And you've been reading from it your entire life. That ends right now. Here's what nobody shows you. $1 million is not a dream. It's not a vibe. It's not luck. It's a formula. Income minus expenses times consistency plus compounding equals $1 million. That's the whole game. And the moment you see the real numbers, you will be angry. Not at me. At everyone who hid this from you. Average American. $63,000 a year. $50,000 after tax. Save 10%, what every expert tells you. You hit $1 million in 38 years. You'll be 65. Congratulations, you made it just in time to have no knees left to enjoy it. Now watch this. Same income. Save 25%. You hit it in 19 years. Save 40%. You hit it in 12. Same country. Same economy. Same paycheck. 3 completely different lives. The difference is not money. The difference is behavior. But here's where it breaks down. Nobody saves 40%. And it's not because you're weak. It's because there's a leak. Right now, today, money is leaving your life every single day. And you cannot see it. The average American loses between $400 and $900 a month through forgotten subscriptions, food delivery tips, and impulse purchases. That's up to $10,800 a year. Gone. While you wonder why you can't get ahead. Fix the leak, you survive stage 1. Ignore it, nothing else in this video matters. Here's how the path to $1 million actually works. 4 stages, 4 different enemies, 4 different rules. Stage 1, $0 to $10,000. The survival stage, where 60% of people die. Stage 2, $10,000 to $100,000. The acceleration stage, where time becomes more valuable than money. Stage 3, $100,000 to $500,000. The compounding stage, where your biggest enemy isn't the market. It's the people who love you. Stage 4, $500,000 to $1 million. The inevitability stage, where failure becomes mathematically impossible if you don't quit. Each stage has one rule. Use the wrong rule at the wrong stage, you lose everything. That's what breaks most people. They read advice written for someone with $500,000, and they follow it while they're broke. Financial suicide. Stage 1. $0 to $10,000. Your only job is to become someone who can be trusted with money. Not investing, not stocks, not crypto, not side hustles. Just this. Would you hand your current self $10,000 right now? If you're honest, probably not. Not yet. So here's what stage 1 actually looks like. Move 1. Kill the leak. Go through every subscription, every automatic charge, everything you forgot you were paying for. Cancel all of it tonight. That's $400 to $900 back in your pocket. Every month. Starting now. Move 2. Automate 1 transfer. The moment your paycheck lands, before you see it, $500 moves to a separate bank account. A real bank. Across town. With a 3-day transfer delay. Friction is your friend. If money is easy to reach, you will reach for it. Move 3. Add one cash skill on the side, not your passion, not your calling. Something boring that people pay $40 to $80 an hour for. Tax prep, bookkeeping, website maintenance, handyman work, the boring ones. Because boring pays consistently. Run those 3 moves for 14 months. You have $10,000. And here's where stage 1 kills most people. The moment your account hits 10,000, your brain does something dangerous. It feels rich. You are not rich. You are $10,000 away from zero. But the whispers start. Let's upgrade the apartment. Let's finally take that trip. My friend has an opportunity. And 1 weekend later, it's gone. $10,000 is not a prize. It's a test. If you cannot sit on that number for 6 months without touching it, you will never have $1 million. Not because of the money, because of who you become when you touch it. Stage 2. $10,000 to $100,000. This is the stage nobody talks about, because it's not fun. At $10,000, if your investments return 8%, you made $800. That's a nice dinner. It's not freedom. So at stage 2, you don't win by investing smarter. You win by making your income a weapon. One skill, one market. Relentless execution. Because here's the brutal truth most finance creators hide from you. You cannot save your way from 10,000 to 100,000 in any reasonable time. You have to earn your way there, and you have a window to do it. 5 to 7 years. Maybe. Peak energy. Low obligations. Before the kids are in every activity. Before the parents need help. Before the knees start making their opinions known. In that window, you pile up your first 100,000. Or you don't. And once the window closes, it doesn't reopen. Not for most people. This is why stage 2 is not about money. It's about time compression. Every hour you don't trade for cash in stage 2, you buy back at 10 times the price in your 50s. Here's what stage 2 actually looks like. 3 rules. Rule 1. You do not buy a new car. You drive your $7,000 Honda until people feel sorry for you. The car that destroys millionaires is not a Bentley. It's a $34,000 Lexus bought instead of a $19,000 Corolla. That $15,000 difference, invested for 20 years, is $75,000. You just handed a car salesman 1 year of your future freedom. Rule 2. You do not upgrade your apartment. If the apartment fit you at $40,000 income, it fits you at $80,000. Every extra dollar goes into the account, not the square footage. Rule 3. You say no to weddings in Vegas, to everyone going to Iceland for Jake's 30th, to the group chat, to the pressure. You will be called cheap. You will be excluded. You will be talked about. And in 10 years, every single one of those people will pull you aside and ask how you did it. They will ask you. And you will remember, they laughed. Stage 3. $100,000 to $500,000. Something shifts here. At $100,000, your money earns $8,000 a year. A used car, paid for by money that worked while you slept. For the first time, you feel it. That feeling is real. It's also a trap. Because stage 3 has a different enemy. Not the market. Not your job. The people who love you. When you have $100,000, the choir starts singing. Your brother needs help with the mortgage. Your mother's car broke down again. Your friend from college needs $8,000, just until Tuesday. Your wife's cousin has an opportunity. Every one of those is a blade. And if you say yes to all of them, you die the death of 1,000 cuts. I am not telling you to be heartless. I am telling you that at stage 3, you need a written rule, a number, a limit, a line you decided on before the tears started. Because your brain in the moment, surrounded by family, cannot be trusted. Head over heart from 100,000 to 500,000. Or you give away the future to protect the present. Here is exactly what you do at stage 3. Action 1. Max the 401k match. Every dollar your employer matches is a 100% instant return. There is no investment on earth that beats that. If you don't take it, you are voluntarily burning money. Action 2. 3 index funds, US total market. International. Bonds, that's it. Not 30 funds, not individual stocks. 85% of professional fund managers with full research teams lose to the index over 10 years. You are not the other 15%, neither am I. The index wins. Action 3. Delete the trading apps. Open your brokerage account once per quarter. If you open it every day, you will do something emotional. Something emotional always costs you money. Always. Run this protocol for 4 years from $100,000. You land at 500,000. No magic. Just discipline compounding against time. Stage 4. 500,000 to $1 million. The math changes here. At 500,000, your money earns $40,000 a year, the same as a full-time job, without you touching it, without you showing up, without you. If you do absolutely nothing for 7 years from this point, you still hit $1 million. That is what inevitability means. And that's exactly why this stage destroys people. They feel like they've won, and they start acting like it. They upgrade the house. They buy the boat. They start saying yes to everyone who said no to them. And they end up at $650,000 at age 54, wondering why the math stopped working. The math didn't stop. They stopped. Let me tell you about a man named Daniel, accountant, Ohio. Started at 0 at age 26. Ran this exact protocol. Hit 10,000 at 27. Hit 100,000 at 34. Hit 500,000 at 41. Hit 1 million at 45. Do you know what Daniel did the day he hit $1 million? He drove home. He didn't tell his wife. He didn't post anything. He didn't celebrate. He went to bed, woke up the next morning, and went to work. Because somewhere between 100,000 and 500,000, Daniel figured out something most people never figure out. The million is not the prize. The million is the proof. Now here's the part I promised you at the beginning. I've just shown you the entire 4-stage plan. If I showed this exact video to 10,000 people, 9,700 of them would fail anyway. Not because the plan doesn't work, they fail because of one specific moment. A moment that hits between year 3 and year 5. A moment that feels like failure, but isn't. A moment that feels like the plan is broken, but the plan is running perfectly. I call it the Middle Famine. Here's what it looks like. Year 1. You start the plan. New identity. New rules. You feel powerful. You tell your friends. Year 2. The account grows. 15,000, 22,000. You can feel it working. Year 3. The number is maybe $38,000. And something happens. It feels slow. Painfully slow. Your co-worker just bought a house. Instagram says everyone's in Bali. The friends you said no to are laughing somewhere without you. And your brain asks one question. Is this even worth it? That question, That exact question is the million-dollar killer. Because at year 3, you are not failing. You are exactly on track. That is what on track feels like. Slow, invisible, unrewarded. But your brain was never built for a decade-long plan. Your brain was built to run from tigers and find berries. It does not understand compounding. It understands now. And so most people trust the feeling over the math. They slow down just a little. They spend a bit more, just this month. They tell themselves they'll get back to it. And by year 4, the plan is dead. And they don't even remember when they killed it. So here is the truth. The middle is not a problem to solve. The middle is a toll to pay. You pay it, or you turn back. There is no third option. The plan doesn't fail people. People fail the middle. And now you know it's coming. You know what it feels like. You know it's a lie your brain tells you, when the math is working perfectly. Which means you are already ahead of 97% of everyone who will ever try this. So now you have it. The formula. The 4 stages. The 3 rules. The protocols. The case study. The middle. You know more right now than most Americans will learn in 30 years of trying, which means in about 10 seconds, you will face a choice. You will either close this video and let it become another interesting thing you watched. Your brain will file it next to everything else it found interesting this week, and nothing will change. Or you will do one thing before you sleep tonight. Not a plan, not a goal, not a vision board. One action. Cancel 1 subscription. Automate 1 transfer. Open 1 brokerage account. 1. Because here is what I have watched for 30 years. The people who make it don't start with a plan. They start with an action. The plan comes later. The identity comes later. The million comes much later. But the action has to happen today. Or 7 years from now, you will still be here. Same apartment, same account, same excuses. Just 7 years older. But I have to warn you about one more thing. There is a second trap. One that doesn't break beginners. It breaks the people who already made it. More than 1/3 of people who hit their first million lose it all within 10 years. Not to the market. Not to lawsuits. To themselves. To a specific mistake that only becomes available to you after you have money. A mistake that doesn't exist when you're broke. And if you make it, you don't just lose the million. You lose the version of you who knew how to build it. I'm going to show you exactly what that mistake is. The psychology. The 3 forms it takes. How to see it coming before it arrives. That's the next video. Subscribe. Not because I'm asking, because you just spent the last 20 minutes learning how to build a million. And I would hate for you to lose it, because you missed the next one.